Hey Spuddies, Potato Big Whiskey here and welcome back to Let's Play Age of Wonders 4, my current addiction, my strange addiction. And we have just conquered the city of Draxper and it is currently being vassalized and the counter-attack is coming. We're talking doom stacks upon doom stacks of very, very angry bone golems. Now taking a look at his units, I mean they're not that scary. They have Cull the Weak, they have Cruel Weaponry and Frost Blades, Frostling Transformation, Joy Siphoners, so they do hurt morale quite a bit. I think we can take on these goblins. I think we'll be fine. He is militarily stronger than us. He's the second ranked military in the world. I am currently the 5th ranked, even though I've been consistently producing units and consistently winning fights. The problem is I just need to be so much more efficient than anyone else with my armies, which causes some problems, as you would imagine, because I can't outproduce them, so I have to outfight them, which, as you can imagine, is not an easy thing to do. Right, I'm going to go ahead and cast some things. Am I still benefiting? Yeah, I'm still benefiting from cascading power, so I probably shouldn't be able to cast that again. That's probably just an oversight. Let's go ahead and lightning torrent some of these army stacks that are coming in, mainly just to give them weakness to lightning damage. Do I finish casting Keeper's Mark here? I mean, getting Faithful is handy. It's going to cost me a lot of mana, but I think it'll actually overall end up being pretty efficient for my army. The big thing here is the fact that my units will forcibly have to be... It takes 2 turns minimum to kill my units, which is the big deal. In particular for my melee units, like these guys, the phase beasts, they have Keeper's Mark, which allows them to essentially just survive an extra turn. That's huge. I think our main objective here is to try to finish the battle for Draxper and begin the actual assault on our enemy Gloom Hooknail. I'm going to do the Rite of Enduring Duty to give all of my units maximum health and level them up. I was a little bit worried about my army stacks over here being hurt, and now the fact that they're all this entire stack is exalted rank, so they have exalted resistance, which boosts up people nearby him when he uses defense mode. So getting those extra levels will really help buff up my power level a bit. We just finished researching the Shrine of Smiting, the tier 5 unit. Summoning greater animals could be handy. I'll take summon greater animal. It'll give me a way to turn mana into army. Alright, here we go. The battle for Draxper. We are bringing Thuranda Herald, her Phase Beasts, her Chaos Eaters, and then the army stack. We have cascading power, which means the longer the battle goes on, the better it is for us. So we want to slow this battle down. Now, we are up against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Necromancers who can all raise undead. So we're going to have to kill some units more than once. We're going to have to be playing very carefully. If I auto-combat this, I feel confident we can win. If we auto-combat, and in fact we win losing only a single fury. That is actually acceptable levels of loss for me. Let me go ahead and watch this replay to see how this plays out. Wait, I clicked retry by accident. Oops. Well, that wasn't what I meant to do. I'll just let the auto fighter do this to see if it gets a similar, if not better, outcome. I mean, it seems to be going pretty well so far. I mean, it's only turn 2 and nothing very interesting has happened. There's just a lot of I feel like my hero's going to die here. But we'll see how this plays out. We're already getting kills on the board. Stuff is dying. Wow, stuff is dying in a big, big way. Okay, we have killed so much stuff auto. Okay, I think I've actually built a really difficult to kill army. Because stuff is just dying. Oh, here we go. This should be a big turn for us. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be going okay. We're getting kills. Nothing's dying. We're even killing their hero. Berserkers are doing work. They're doing work. We're critting things and just wiping them off the board. Basically the entire right flank has completely collapsed. The only thing that even has anything resembling strength is on the left side. It does look like they're going to kill my Fire Wyvern. Although maybe they don't have the power to kill them. They might kill a Spellbreaker. We'll see what they decide to do. Yeah, they killed a Spellbreaker. Okay, that's fine. And they killed my hero. Okay, I don't like that outcome. I thought I was watching the replay here. But I messed up. I'm just gonna refight this and take this as my own battle. I didn't want to fight this manually because I thought I had gotten a good outcome. Oh, I was watching a replay. Okay, that's weird. I was able to control it and watch a replay? That's so strange. I don't even know what was going on there. I'm just gonna accept this outcome. I think I found a weird, strange replay bug. I'm just not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna accept that is what happened. And we won that battle. And they lost the battle. And Draxper is now independent. And we should be able to auto-resolve our way through this battle without any losses. Perfect. Nothing died. We even got level ups on our heroes. And we lost absolutely nothing. And our armies are now regenerating. So Gloom Hookspur, or whatever his name is. What's it called? Gloom Hooknail. He is now 3rd militarily. and I am second. So I'm now stronger than him. I have defeated him. Effectively. Obviously, he's still alive, right? But now the momentum is in my favor. I can take him. Let's cast Covenant of the Faith on Draxper for that 5 Imperium income, because we love our Imperium income. We just finished researching something greater animal. We shall go ahead and... Being able to resurrect units could be handy if I lose something that's important. We finally have the Cosmoflux Elixir, Astral Dew, Tranquility Pool, Archon Bloods, which will give my mana nodes knowledge and mana. Perfect. My ruler has leveled up, and I don't think we need to take any of these battle magic abilities. Let's have a look at what we could get here. We could get resistance training. I think I would rather strength training for this army. That'll be 10% damage for the entire army stack, so strength training is quite good. And Gerbra Starseer has also leveled up, which should give her another ability. I could do Virulent Outbreak. I don't love Virulent Outbreak. It's not my favorite ability. Reckless Rage is quite good. Summon Undead is really good. Being able to summon 3 random tier 1 undead units just makes my army stack that much stronger. I'll take that. I don't think I need sprint, but it could be handy if she needs to reposition. What does Exalted Brilliance do? At the end of this unit's turn, adjacent enemies have a base 90% chance to become blind, which lowers their accuracy on physical and ranged magical attacks, and they can't perform retaliation attacks. Honestly, that seems actually quite good, being able to just randomly inflict blind to units that are adjacent to you. Gloom Hooknail has been sent to the void. There is a massive battle going on here. Werlach is doing... He's got doom stacks, dude. My citizens in Starspire are very happy. I could gain Imperium, Draft, or Production. Production is got to be the thing I go for. If I can get that Mages Guild up, the mana in this city will be off the record. Right, we need to take out the Sanctuary if we're going to take on Nullmock, which we will. If we could take out his capital city, that will knock him out of the game. I don't think he has another Spelljammer, but we'll have to look around and see if it's true. My poor little scout has been found and murdered. Very unfortunate. So somehow this guy has managed to recruit a couple dozen, half dozen stacks again to come fight me, which is fine, right? That's what the AI on Brutal does. They just have endless amounts of armies to throw at you. We also need to take out this Spelljammer right here, and while this is technically an evil act because we're pillaging provinces, it is necessary if we are to fight him inside his domain. God, there's so many units. Now, to be fair, they're quite weak and my armies are very, very strong and well positioned together. They should be fine. We finished the ability to resurrect units, and one more research cycle, and then we can go for the ultimate tome. I think the Temple of the Exalted is a fun building. Let's go for that. Seems like a fun little building. I'm just getting all the fisheries. Oh my god, I got a free Kraken. So I just took this ability and I was like, Wild Expansion, you know what? I'll take this and see what happens. And then I get a Kraken. I don't even know if I can get this thing outside of this ocean over here. But that's amazing. The Water City is well underway. We're into a new rally. So perhaps we should rally new units. I am tempted to save my cash to speed up the development of Portentium. I'm going to save up cash to speed up the development of Portentium, just because this is like a fun side project to try to build up the city. One thing I will be doing though is maybe I should build a couple of Shrines of Smiting. Now they do cost Imperium to maintain, which is partially why I've been increasing my Imperium income. Let me have a look at some of my units over here. Which of my units are faithful? So a lot of my units actually have the faithful buff. In fact, most of my units have faithful, which means that Shrines of Smiting would be quite good to add to my army, because the Smiting Pyroblast does extra damage for every faithful unit in the battle, and Divine Vengeance would be good against people who don't have faithful. So I might look to add like maybe 2, maybe 3 Shrines of Smiting to my armies. Here comes Gloom Hooknail for another stab at my armies, but I feel like I'm in a strong position. Now, the thing I have to worry about a little bit here is I won't have access to any magic, so this auto combat could go poorly for me. To only lose 3 units in a battle where I don't have access to magic, I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to auto combat this as well, and I'm only losing another 3 units. The Phase Beast I can just resummon, I don't care about that. That's perfect, honestly. The level of damage we just inflicted upon his armies now. His military, he's literally the weakest player on the map right now. We just obliterated his military. But still, he's coming back for more. Let's take out this army stack because it's vulnerable and alone. Alrighty. Let's come in here and do some Rally of the Legions. Let's take all the real strong units that we can. We have a huge amount of rallyables. So I can rally a full stack right here. These will be expensive. But remember, they are replacing losses that we just took. in these battles. Let's summon some more phase beasts. Oh, because we're standing on the spelljammer, we can cast spells. That's actually really good intel. We're missing a melee unit from this army. I may cast another phase beast to take it up. We're missing a melee unit from this army. So what kind of melee unit do I want to summon here? Maybe I should summon some animals. But the cool thing is, as we lose units, our economy gets like so much better. I know that's such a strange thing to say, but that really is how it works in this game. Your units are a way for you to turn economy into more economy by killing people. My capital city produced a mages guild. Let's go ahead and produce merchandise for a single turn so that we can make a little bit more cash. My capital's making over 400 gold per turn. That's kind of absurd, actually. 140 of that gold is coming from my halfling builder's affinity. Damn. All right. My ruler has leveled up. I could take Animal Handler. This would give Animal and Cavalry units mind control immunity. I could be Champion of the Faithful. Faithful units gain 20 morale at the start of the battle. Oh, that's good. That would start them off with high faith. I think I'm going to go for endurance training. 15 hit points is really good, as well as status resistance. It basically ups the tier of your unit slightly. Gerbera Starseer has also leveled up. I'm going to start building her towards being an even better frontliner. So I'll get her Vigor 1, which will give her 10 more hit points. And then we'll look into taking some buffs for her troops. Let's head to the capital and look at what we want to build in here. I'm going to spend some Imperium to attract a population here, and then I'm going to build a quarry right there, and I'm going to get started on that ruler statue. It's going to take 15 turns, but if I can get that, that's so much Imperium. So let's drop the ruler statue over here, and I got a free bird. Little bird man. He is magic origin, which is kind of fun. This is a pretty strong tier 1 fighter bird. Holy shit, I just managed to summon a White Wolf tier 4 fighting. Hell yeah, okay. Tier 4 animal. I guess the summoned greater animal has a chance to summon tier 4s. That's kind of crazy, actually. Holy shit, I just got a phoenix. Oh my god. I just got a phoenix from annexing a province. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to put that thing to use. Clearing out some of this territory here to make this Arcola city better. Looks like all my trade treaties with my free cities has ended. I really do wish there was a button I could press that would just continuously renew these trade treaties. So let's go through and do our trade treaties. With Draxper, we'll be trading for mana. With Astral Anchorage, we'll be trading for production. With Obscurum, this does not look a good trade, so we won't trade with Obscurum. Trading money for food seems quite good. Heartfang, I will trade money for mana. Scaffold, I will trade money for mana. Mysticarium, I will trade money for production. Hell yeah. Astralonium, money for mana. Well, money for food. Well, I'll take money for mana is better. With the Erudite Orcs, I'll pay 30 money for 48 production. And I think that handles all of our trading. So I have to do that every 10 turns, which is, you know, I wish there was just a toggle that I could click that would be like, oh yeah, automatically do this every 10 turns, you know? Right, Gloom Hooknail wants a piece of me. So he's coming for a fight. I think I just win these, right? If I just auto-resolve, I win. Yeah, I mean, I lose the White Wolf, but like, oh no. I think I'm pretty unstoppable at this point. Like, I have built an army that's capable of just auto-resolving through doom stacks of enemies. This is what I love. I love it when I reach this point in the game, when I've like built and designed an army that is capable of just smashing through my enemies. So Draxper wants to celebrate our bond. I could gain the Executioner, which I think is an item. It is a tier 3 hammer. No, tier 3 axe. There's a chance to kill tier 1 to 3 units instantly. I'll just take the free Imperium. Imperium is a difficult to obtain and fun resource to have. The time has come. Let's keep summoning greater animals into this army to keep it supplied. Do I have the basic summon? Do I have any like basic summon spells? I just need like some crappy units to help me out here. I mean, I guess I could recruit Lightbringers. They're pretty cheap. Yeah, I'll summon a couple of Lightbringers to just fill out my army stack so that I'm bringing the maximum number of units. They're basically just tier 2 battle mages, but they can convert enemy units to your side, so they're pretty good, I would say. Oh, hey, a new stack has appeared in the capital city. This is the Army of Thrindara. Hey, it's a really nice stack. We got all sorts of high tier units. Let's go ahead and recruit another stack. I'm taking a Soother, a Halberdier, a Night Guard, a Plague Serpent, a couple of Serpents here. Maybe I could recruit one more unit. Let's have a look. A War Shaman? Let's take the Steel Shaper. And then in terms of rallying, I don't think we should bother rallying any more stuff here. No, but the Rally Allegiance is great. It really gives you an opportunity to fill out your army with units you feel like you need. Now, the Temple of the Exalted City Structure has been researched. So we can select a new research, and it is time to research the Tome of the Archmage. Let's do it. Become the Magus. Cosmic Overdrive, Time Stop, Astral Travel. I think I like Time Stop because this just actually obliterates enemies. My ruler has leveled up once again from all those battles. I could take Virulent Outbreak, Holy Retribution. I may as well take Virulent Outbreak. The real power of Virulent Outbreak is here is diseased. -4 resistance makes my enemies really vulnerable to magic, which I think fits with my build. So I'll take that. And I will take maximized magic to get 100% critical hit chance on my magical attacks. Gerber Starseer has also leveled up. I'm going to give her the Helm of the Warrior. This will give her +1 defense and make melee attackers take +10 damage. Is that better than the Paladin thing? Yeah, I think so. We want her to do damage, so I'll give her the Breastplate of the Champion, which gives her 20 melee damage with 20% melee damage and 20% critical hit and +2 defense. So she's up to now 10 armor, which means she has a 65% reduction in damage taken, which I don't think I need to tell you is kind of absurd. I guess I'll take the True Sight ability. Sure. Let's put this city under siege. That's going to be a 14-turn siege. I need to add projects to make this go faster. A headlong assault would make it go a lot faster. So we'll do that. That'll bring that down to 9 turns. So I need to get, if I can get another 5 siege power. Arcane Maelstrom, boom. That'll bring it down to 8. Can I get another chunk of siege power? Yeah, let's undermine the walls. Boom. So down to 7 turns. So we will break his capital city in 7 turns. Let's summon a Lightbringer so we can fill out these stacks. And I'll spend just 1 army heal. Try and bring the health of these units up slightly. It doesn't really do much when I cast that army heal, but I'm trying at least. One thing I definitely have to say that I really don't like about how the provinces work in this game is Humankind did this thing, and I really don't like when the provinces are weirdly shaped. This is an impossible battle, dude. I should auto-combat this and win easily, okay? You're joking me if you think that's impossible. Okay, actually, not an easy battle. I think I might have to fight this one myself. So the number one thing here I need to get is maximum value out of this mass rejuvenation. And I need to start dropping these divine beacons. I'm going to drop a divine beacon right here, but not yet. See how many units we can get in position to benefit from it. All right, let's start using our support abilities to just get as much healing as we can into the battle. I'm going to conjure a divine beacon right here. This will restore 5 health and morale to everyone nearby. We just need to get these units up to like a slightly higher health level. All right, let's drop the Invigorate right here. Perfect. Where's my leader? You are going to drop the Mass Rejuvenation right here too. Big heals. All right, we should see a lot of regen go through here. And another Divine Beacon trigger will give us quite a bit of health. Yep, there's the Divine Beacon trigger. All right, we need to set up our front line. You're going to summon undead. That'll give me a nice front line of potentially, nice spearmint units. So they'll have to chew through this before they get to me. I'm going to overchannel to allow me to cast 2 spells this turn. I'm going to be conjuring another Divine Beacon to give me even more healing and morale. I'll cast a Wrath of the Faithful to obliterate one of these units. Perfect. Most of my units are full health. Let's position them in a way that makes sense based on their health pool. I'm going to summon an animal as well. So I got 2 Thunderbirds. That's huge. Right, I got my big fat stack here. I'm out of mana, which is a bit of a problem for me. So we'll see what this guy does. But as long as he's casting spells, I should be okay. All right, big heal coming in. Lovely. We love to see it. Let's take my leader. We'll do the Weaver cooldown reduction thing again. And then we're going to cast another Mass Rejuvenation on the left side here to try and get more of these units a little bit healed up. Perfect. Now, if I let these guys charge me, it'll be bad. So I'm going to send in the zombies to tackle this cavalry. And I'll be using my Thunderbirds to get some serious damage in on these units. Great. Okay, that's a great Thunderbird opener. Let's bring up the Phase Beast. We can get a kill with the Phase Beast. I'll bring my Chaos Eater up into melee with this Archer and blast him with some bolts for big damage. This hero, what's it like if I get up into melee? Yeah, you don't even take that much damage, honestly. So just blast him. Lovely. Can my Spellbreaker get a good hit here? I need to save my Star Purge. Wait, are there any barbs here? No, I don't care, actually. Let's just get the Star Purge off. Remove all their buffs immediately. So my units will lose some morale because I didn't cast a spell. That's okay. Next turn I should be able to cast a spell and kind of bring us back. We'll take some damage here, especially like some of our vulnerable units, but we shouldn't lose anything like we lost in the auto-resolve. I feel like the auto-resolver is quite good in some scenarios, but there's certain things that it deals really poorly with. Like really, really, really poorly. Alrighty, let's go ahead and, okay, Divine Beacons are doing their work. Let's kill something. What do you got here? I'm going to hit this Berserker. There we go. I need to get rid of this Dark Knight. So what are the chance of mind controlling units here? A 29% chance of mind control. I'll take that. He resisted, but now he's weakened. I have a flanking Phase Beast. I suppose I can kill this guy, and that might open up the battlefield for me a little bit. Yeah, let's do some magic bolts. That will use up his retaliation attack, allowing my Arcanist to retreat back to the beacons to get healed. The beacons are lit, my friends. Let's move the Thunderbird forward and blast him. I'm going to drop a Virulent Outbreak with the Thrindara here to lower my enemy's magic resistance. They'll probably resist it, but the attempt is good. Let's do a Star Purge here. I'm going to do a Star Purge right now. With Gerber Starseer, I'm going to kill this horse. Boom, boom. That should allow her to have another action. I'll do an Assassinate here. 38% chance of just straight up death. And, okay, we need to deal with this Barbarian here. You step forward a tile and then shoot him. You got a good chance of killing him. Come on, give me that kill. Perfect. Phase Beast, you could do some damage here. Maybe I'll bring up this Soother. I'll Mending Touch you. And then I'll Soothing Breeze you to bring you back up to a more reasonable health. And then when you hit him, that'll be better. You missed. Okay. Wasn't expecting the miss. These spear units are like expendable because they're not really units. Like they're summons. I feel like we've basically navigated this battle as best we can. May as well kill these ghoulies. Phase Beast, yeah, kill this. I think I can auto-resolve from here. Let's auto-resolve from here, and I'll just let it go as it goes. It's quite surprising how just like a little bit of extra micro can take the outcome of a battle from like not great to overwhelmingly positive. I don't think I'm going to lose a single unit here. The big problem I'll have is if they attack me again, and I don't have any magic for the next fight. That's a mistake I shouldn't let happen. The lack of magic. Mana reserves rather, because my mana is basically empty. So I need to be more careful with my mana, yeah. But yeah, we're stomping them. They're getting stomped. Okay, we lost a single Soother. Oh well. I think that is a far more acceptable outcome to lose a single Soother in a battle. So I'll accept that outcome. Let's keep some mana in the tank and not make that mistake again. I've got to clear out this stack. I'm just going to auto-resolve this in the hope that this is enough stuff. Yep, okay, perfect. It's enough stuff. We did use a fair amount of mana to clear that. But it's about time that we cleared this stuff out and started building our cities. It's it's super late in the game to be building our next cities, but it will give us a really good scaling economy. This is the phase of the game where your army devolves into like at the beginning of the game, you're like, oh yeah, I have like my perfectly designed armies and like I want this composition, I want these units, and I want this. Now shit just gets squirrely because you're like, what can I get into my army? Totems of the Wild are actually a pretty decent combat summon. I'll take that as a research. I keep sending people to Void. I've been called to war with Werlak. I'll accept that call to war, that's fine. I don't want to be at war with Werlak because I do technically share a border with him. But this is necessary, I think these wars are. I'm definitely number 1 on the score victory. I'm number 1 on the expansion victory. I'm needing to defeat 3 more rulers. Yeah, to achieve a military victory, you need to defeat all non-allied empires. To defeat an empire, a ruler needs to be forced into the Astral Void and its throne city must be captured. So we're about to kill Gloomhook now. And then I suppose we'll probably go for Werlak over here in Crockhold. Crockhold? Here we go, Disruption Wave. This is definitely a spell we want to get a hold of. This will disable all enemy unit enchantments for 3 turns and dispel all positive and negative effects on allies and enemies in that order. Gets rid of enemy positive, gets rid of our negative, basically. I built an outpost here so that I could place a teleporter into it, which is what I'm going to do. This will allow me to reinforce from my capital city without having to walk all the way up here. And it effectively just makes the map slightly smaller. 3 more turns until Nulmok will fall. Gloom Hooknail has returned once again. I think this is going to be my 4th or 5th time to defeat him. And we are on the verge of taking him out. So we can start to research some new tomes. And I think the thing that would be really cool is to research all of the astral tomes so that we can become the ultimate astral affinitied wizard, because we already have the Tome of the Archmage. So I think I'm going to go back now and start backfilling for things like the Tome of Warding, right? So we can get staves of warding, stuff like magical wards, which will give all of my race transformations. I don't know, to me it just seems like a reasonable thing to do. So we're going to start backfilling now. But we have achieved the ultimate ability, which is a tier 5 tome. We have reached our capstone, so we can just continue to research tomes now, which is a really cool part of the game, I think, because now we can essentially become like the uber giga archmage that is master of all the tomes of magic. Oh god, I accidentally tapped E and now my screen is rotating. I'm gonna have to try and get it back to that nice like flat level. It's gonna bother me for like the rest of the game that my screen is ever so slightly askew since I tapped that. It's like a fraction of a pixel out of skew. If you're going to let players rotate their camera, make sure you have a button that lets them go back to center. I'm just saying. We have managed to finish the ruler statue and now our Imperium income is massive, which makes me extremely happy because we can start to build things like the Sanctuary and keep pumping up that magic income. Alright, let's go ahead and clear out this Astral Dew. It's worth 10 mana and 10 research. Should be pretty hard to kill these lost wizards. They basically have a forbidden tome. They're like heroes that got lost into the void. And they have the forbidden tome, which allows them to basically randomly cast a forgotten spell. Scary late game mythic ethereal units, I think they are. Yeah, I think this is the ultimate ethereal unit. Should be able to auto-combat through though. Our army stacks are very scary, even though they're all tier 1 units. We're slowly but surely building up the economy here. I'm probably wasting energy and resources on this, but it seems to be working out fine for me. We have managed to bring down Gloom Hooknail at long last. I'm just going to auto-resolve this and let him die, as is the right. Yeah, I don't care about losing these units. That's fine. At this point, unit losses are nothing to me. I can sustain like near endless levels of military production. And with that, Gloom Hooknail should be defeated. All I have to do is actually capture the center of the city, and that will trigger the defeat of Gloom Hooknail, who's being sent into the Astral Void in the Astral Sea. He's been banished. She has been banished, so I can spend money, gain Imperium, or I can spiritually guide her to Mage Haven. Let us spiritually guide Gloom Hooknail to Mage Haven. I need to restore my honor, okay? My honor has been damaged in this war. This does mean that the city of Pyrrhus Tur is now a free city. They never settled the city down here in this lava lake, which kind of surprises me. I would have settled the city down here. I may actually do that. I might just go settle a vassal down there. But as far as I can tell, I have basically full control of this continent. I can go ahead and make peace with Crystallos. And I'm going to pull the Whispering Stone out of my capital. That 20... The 30 morale is quite nice, but I think I'm going to withdraw it. Give it to Crystallos so we can slowly get control of them. It'll take a good few turns. We were at war with them for a very, very long time. I think, though, now I officially have control of this entire eastern continent, as well as most of what's underneath it in the underground. I think my next big move is to maintain my alliance with Blint the Underdelver. Let's settle our grievances. Our relationship is very positive. We just need to go blow up the city of Crockhold. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to send our Doom stacks. There's a teleporter over here. We have a teleporter pact with our ally. We're going to teleport to this outpost, send our Doom stacks to Crockhold, and undergo a series of extremely difficult battles with these Doom stacks of dark units that he has. Let's vassalize his capital city so that we can turn it to our side, and we're going to probably move troops through this teleporter here to head over to the eastern side of the world. But for now, we will be sitting nice and pretty. Ooh, Master of Houses, 400 Imperium will get me 10% more resources in tribute for my vassals. I'll click that, and that will be a significant increase into my economy. I'm going to send this hero, Aster the Astute, over to here to capture this province and put a teleporter on it. That's her objective. This will allow me, after I capture Crockhold, to quickly teleport up here and go straight for Tuskheim. If I can take out their thrones... you cut the head off the Hydra, the beast falls. A lot of my turns just involve like hitting confirm movement. So let me have a look at the city of Crockhold. We need to stand on anything that can prevent us from casting spells, which means this Spelljammer needs to go. Let's have a look and see if there's any spell bonuses we can cast that are fairly good. Yeah, look at this. Minor race transformation. This will give us resistance to all sorts of elemental magic. So I'm going to cast magical wards. This will make my entire race just better. Now we're in the Pokemon phase of being an Archmage, where we're literally just collecting every single buff for our race, so that we may become akin to a magical god. I think getting an ally is a really powerful move. If you can get an early ally, and this mole guy is a great ally, because he has just been so distracting to our opponents over here that they haven't even had really a chance to come and mess with me. Now he also has cascading power, and I'm going to need to fight this battle very carefully. If I auto-combat it, I expect I will lose, but I think I can get a much better outcome. I have a huge mana reserve, and I have access to the time stop spell as well. He's mostly melee, with the exception of these warlocks, whereas I have a mostly ranged army. So as long as I can get a really tight defensive position, like somewhere over here, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm going to conjure an amplification pylon, as it will increase the damage of my spells by 20%. I'll cast it in the back of the battle here. I wish I'd had another stack here to protect these guys, but I kind of messed up. I wasn't expecting the counterattack, which I should have. Hindsight is 2020. We could almost kill these spearmen with a single attack, but that's okay. I'm going to drop a Totem of the Wild over here, and the purpose of this thing is to just create units for me. It'll create up to 4 to 5 tier 1 animal units to provide me with melee chaff to fight in the battle. Chaff is basically any unit that is not important enough and just, holds the front line. Summonable chaff. I'm going to drop a divine beacon in the center of my formation as well to give me morale and slow healing. These are the chaff animals that I was talking about. The thing can summon quite a few of them. Let's drop. I can drop 3 time stops in this battle. So here comes the first one. Boom. They're all stunned, distracted, marked, and hurt, which means they're completely vulnerable to our attacks. And so we are going to charge them. Time stop is a game changer spell, let me tell you. The ability to completely cripple an enemy's army is a rare and beautiful thing. Right, here comes our first kill. Nice. Now, I think they are undead, so they don't care about losses. Like, in the sense that they don't have morale penalties when they lose units, is what I'm trying to say. So there's our second kill. Excellent. Our morale is now high. Enemy morale is irrelevant, but they are marked for 3 turns, making them very, very easy to rip down with our ranged units. All right, let's see how they fare. Okay, big hit on me. All right, big hit on me. Now, this sector of their army is completely unable to act, which I'm very happy about. All right, we've already lost a snake. That's okay. Totem of the Wild is tanking. And look, he's in retreat. Or he's like doing something weird with his troops there. He's like retreating back around, which is, honestly, that's perfect. So take him out. My 2 little Totem of the Wild animals have managed to take out a spearman. So that spell absolutely just paid for itself, right? A spell that kills a single unit and still has value on the board. Super great. Now, these guys do now have retaliation attacks, but they don't have... They don't have any evasion, which is going to make it very easy for me to rip them down with my my range units. Oh yeah, look at that. We're already taking them out. This is the power of knowing how to manipulate the battlefield with magic. It really makes a difference in a very big and important way. Let's try and get a stunning flash on these guys. Hopefully get at least 1 stun. Okay, 1 stun. Go ahead and get in his face and chomp him. Berserker, I want you to run up and hopefully crit him. No crit, sadly. All right, what do we got in terms of DPS? What can we do? We do have a spell available. We could drop a Divine Beacon. I don't think we need a time stop. We could kill a unit with a Wrath of the Faithful. Honestly, Wrath of the Faithful, get a kill here. I should have done that at the start of the turn. Yeah, I should really cast my spell at the start of the turn because I get so many buffs out of casting spells. It's something I need to be a little bit more wary of. Now, the only real thing that I need to be slightly concerned about is how many units can my enemy resurrect. Let's kill whatever this is. Boom. So that'll take something off the board for us. See if we can't take out these Death Knights. Wow, really lots of misses there. That's unfortunate. This time it should kill him. There we go. That's what we like to see. We can get a Star Purge in this area. Take away all their bonuses. Oh man, we are just shrekking. I think at this point I can auto-combat. The question is, do I want to? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just 4x playback speed and auto-resolve the rest of this battle. I don't think it really needs me to fight it. So I think we went from a crushing defeat to, with just 1 or 2 carefully used time stops and unit positionings, to what I would consider to be like a crushing victory. I'm okay with losing a unit or 2. That I'm fine with. For some reason, the auto-resolve AI decided not to cast a spell and take a morale penalty, so I'm just going to go ahead and cast that spell to make sure it doesn't take that morale penalty from now on, and then let it auto-fight. But there you go. What did we lose? We lost a couple of serpents and a spearman. Compared to the original outcome, I'll take it. And now he's retreating because he's like, oh, actually, he's not a pushover. Yeah, you're damn right I'm not a pushover. I'm here for blood, and I'm not accepting anything less. Brilliant. So I've actually managed to capture enough of the map to where I can now build the Beacons of Unity. These are your win condition for when you're a dominant on the map, and it's basically part of the expansion victory. I'm going for the military victory here. I need to defeat 2 more players because I'm allied with the final one here, Blint the Underdelver. Let's go ahead and unlock the Tome of Scrying so we can become the ultimate astral wizard. Alrighty, we have taken down the spelljammer of this city, which means it's time to begin the siege. And my, oh my, there is a massive, massive force roaming around in there. Rattling around. Look at that. This is going to be an epic battle. This is going to require probably everything that I have. Let's start mass producing spell shields and spell breakers. I'm going to see if I can produce units from every single town at a reasonable level. We're throwing everything we've got at this guy. We've got all of our army stacks here. There's going to be a lot of auto-resolved battles. I've got these guys in position, so I can potentially teleport my leader here immediately after the battle to build an outpost. And I'm basically just churning through all the possible arcane research to the point where I'm going to basically unlock another tome like 2 turns after I unlocked my last tome. Right, Thrindara, begin the siege. It's going to be a 14-turn siege. It shouldn't take that long, because in theory we should be able to bring that down to a more reasonable time. Let's get all of our army stacks surrounding the city. We want this siege to go reasonably quickly. So I'm going to do a headlong assault, because that's a 50% reduction in the time to siege, right? Down to 9 turns. Arcane Maelstrom just seems like an obvious choice to add. And then I guess I'll construct onagers. Yeah, okay. So maybe I'll cast an Astral Shattering here on this channeling tower to destroy it. And then should spawn a big old stack of angry boys who probably won't really stop these guys from doing anything. But being able to astrally shatter my enemy's territory, I think could be a great way to distract him. Let's summon the banners. I'm going to spend 150 Imperium to get 3 tier 1 units in all 3 of my cities. This is honestly just a phase of the game where we need to make choices like that. And just get as many units to the front line as we can. He has chrono-gated an astronomical amount of forces over here. I'm not really sure what his play is, but that doesn't bother me because I'm just creating endless amounts of astral marauders by shattering these provinces. I think he's going to come for me now. He must. Yeah, here he comes. Now he's looking to fight. All right, we should be able to win this pretty easily. This should be like a simple auto combat, right? 0 losses I'm expecting here. All right, we lost a Night Guard and a Fury. Those are acceptable levels of losses. He's going to keep attacking us though, I think. No, actually he decided against attacking us. All right, fair. So I sent Warlock to the Shadow Realm. He's done for, basically. And it'll be 5 more turns before the siege of Crockhold is complete. All right, he's looking for another fight. I will auto-combat this. I should win this again, I feel. Yeah, very easy win. My army is extremely auto-combatable. That's something I definitely feel very confident about myself when I'm playing this game, is I've built armies that are really good compositionally. And like I've built armies that, what's the word? They have synergy. And when armies have synergy, they tend to win auto combats. Let's cast Anointed People, giving our people spirit resistance and status resistance, making us even stronger. I'm quite happy with that. My people have collected like an absurd amount of buffs. Like we're taking almost no magic damage. Well, I say almost no, but this is a tier 1 evoker, right? Or a tier 1 arcanist. Like a real unit with actual combat abilities, like this guy here. Has like a 50% chance to resist status effects, massive damage reduction from magic, and a decent amount of physical damage reduction as well. This is one of my favorite affinity bonuses. Druidic Care gives you 5 mana for each resource node in your domain. This is usually a really big boost to your mana upkeep. So up to 300 mana per turn. And we're truly starting to hit our like late game stride. I'm going to go ahead and do the Rite of Astral Summons to get a full stack of Magic Origin units in my capital. Just a random collection of units, which is all we really need. We just need a random collection of units to keep us going. 2 turns until the breach. He has brought back some troops. He's heavily relying on low tier units, which I mean, I think that means he's desperate, especially since my ally has golden golems literally storming all over his empire. These golden golems are nothing to be messed with. It's just a terrifying unit that generates cash from fighting. Very, very cool unit, I will say that. Time to take the final astral tome, the Tome of Summoning, and then we will have maxed out our astral affinity. I'm going to cast Astral Attunement. That's fine. I think my treaties with my city-states has expired, so I'll have to do that again. But I've definitely started to talk a lot less about this game because we're deep into the late game, right? We're in the final phases of where we need to be. And so there's an awful lot of like little foible-y, micromanagey stuff that I have to do that isn't particularly interesting gameplay, but is necessary, right? And so I've just been trying to paint with broad strokes, and that we've been fighting this siege, and like a lot of my micromanagers is like, oh, what building do I pick for this city? But at this point of the game, the real big focus is that Crockhold is under siege, and in 2 turns we will break it. Finally, we can cast Astral Attunement, which will allow my units to pass through barriers and give my people a massive boost to their mana and research. Although, to be fair, at this point, I'm at like 700 knowledge per turn, which I think is like equivalent to like 3,000 science and civ. So I basically research every tech in 1 turn anyway. So it doesn't seem particularly, important. Let us begin the siege of Crockhold. I will take my hero and attack. I should be able to auto-combat this. He does have Beacon of Valor. But I have Arcane Maelstrom, I have Headlong Assault. I think I can take this out. We lost a lot of units, but this is a victorious and momentous day because Werlach of Insuldur is dead, completely obliterated. All that is left now is Arctica. I will guide his soul to Magehaven because that's the kind of person I am. I'm not a bad dude. Just an angry dude. Let's do a little rallying. Well, no, you know what? I'm not going to rally. I'm going to do something for me. I think I want to come over here. Can I buy the Seafarers Guild? Oh, yes. So I bought the Seafarers Guild. Now, the Seafarers Guild is a very fun building because it gives every fishery in this city +3 draft, +3 gold, and +3 food income, as well as +3 production. So this city just went from being kind of like to being wow. Like, it's a really damn good city now, which I think is a lot of fun. I'm gonna attract more population and build more fisheries, because I think that is a fun thing to do. Plus, I don't really have anything else to spend my Imperium on, so I'm just making like the Giga Fishery City, purely for fun. I have no other justification to do this, other than I thought it was kind of neat to make a city like wholly built around fisheries. But anyway, Werlac of Insuldur has been completely defeated. I'm going to cast the Astral Travel spell and teleport my leader over here. I'm immediately going to build an outpost, and this will be the pathway through which I invade Arctica. Rather than having to march through her cities, we can attack from the east and go straight for Tuskheim. The city of Crockhold will be turned into a vassal, and the rest of my troops will go ahead and position themselves near the Chrono Gate. Actually, technically, I should be able to use the Chrono Gate of my vassal when they go through. So I think we don't have to... I think we can use this one. The outpost is complete. Let's build the teleporter. I'm a little bit worried about these army stacks appearing here. So I think I might see if I can do an astral shattering. I think she's coming for me. I might have to march up through her domain to put her capital under siege. I don't know. We'll see how this shakes out. We'll give it the old college try, as they say. So I'm wondering what my ally is going to do with this massive army that he's built. Like, is he actually going to go on the offensive? Is he just going to sit around? I suppose I can start summoning mirror mimics to support my hero up here in the north. I can easily summon like 1 or 2 of them per turn with my current mana income. And they're pretty strong tier 4 units. I don't know how they auto-resolve, but we'll see. Wait, I'm not allowed to use my vassal's chrono gates? Oh, that's silly. Oh, that's very silly. Okay, that seems like a little bit of an oversight. I think that's kind of what you would expect, though, from a game on launch, is that like they haven't quite figured out every little foible, every little edge case, every little weird thing. They haven't, like, I imagine they're aware of the problem where you can't, you can't step on your allies' improvements, which means you can't use their you can't use your vassals' teleporters, right? And they're kind of like, okay, well, we'll probably accept that as a problem right now until we figure out a solution that we really like, which is often like the compromise you have to make when you're a game developer. Is, yeah, this thing that exists in the game sucks, and we get that. We know it sucks. We know it's not fun. However, there isn't a huge amount we can do about it right now, because managing a project like this, it's all about resources, and I would like to get the Heart of Astral. So I'll start building the Heart of Astral in here. I probably won't finish it for a very long time, but that's all right. And we will get ourselves a few arcane guards and stuff to add to our flock of units. So we are truly now master of astral magic. We have every single astral tome unlocked. I mean, now we can start to think about, do we want to go into shadow? Do we want to go into materium? We could do some fun materium things like terramancy and transmutation. I think it would be good to start picking up some chaos stuff. I don't need Tome of the Horde, but the Tome of Pyromancy could be a fun one to grab. So I shall grab the Tome of Pyromancy for my troops, because I get things like Searing Blades, which will make my melee units do even more damage. Teleporter is now online, which should mean we can start pouring troops through the gap. And now the cool thing is, because we are teleport masters, our units can actually move after using teleporters, and they get healed when they go through teleporters. Because we are master of the arcane magics, the webway, the surging forces of the astral sea are ours to command. I feel like I well and truly have made it to Archmagus status, and if you disagree with me, well, damn you. How dare you disagree with me? I just poured like an insane amount of troops through this teleporter. Like that's actually ridiculous. And here it is, the ultimate showdown. The stack of mirror mimics with my ruler against endless hordes of tyrant knights. Inquisitors. Why couldn't I say that? Why couldn't I say inquisitors? She has went truly down the path of order. And yeah, this is it. This is the ultimate showdown. This is the final battle. This will be the deciding factor. And who can claim the title of Grand Magi, Grandus Magus, Archmagus of the Astral Sea. I wonder if she'll come fight me. Or she will let me come to her. I'm curious. She knows I'm coming for her. She must. Oh, she's coming. I kind of want to use these mirror mimics. She casts some kind of spell on me. Let's see how the auto combat goes. I feel like I should win this. Yeah, we won it. We won it pretty handily, actually. Complete obliteration. That is awful for them. I can spend I can get 1,000 mana and level up twice on my hero. Yeah. Based. She's now level 18. I've never actually seen a hero this high level. Plus 20% critical hit damage with Reveler's Triumph. I will take that as an ability. And then what'll be my final ability here? Oh, hey, a Wisp familiar. Let's do it. God, the late game is genuinely insane. Just to like give you perspective, I've spent the last like 2 or 3 minutes just clicking through things to try and get the turn to be over. Like hero join offers, empire development skills. Just so much happens every single turn. Like I have to do a rally of heroes or whatever. All this jazz. I need to find her Spelljammer. That's got to be priority number 1. I need to figure out where her spell jamming capabilities are coming from. I need to get these armies healed up as well. So I've just been chain casting army heals to try to get these guys back up to a healthy level. I'm not even giving you like, what's the word? I'm not even giving you like arcane research like updates because I research so incomprehensibly quickly now that I often research like 2 to 3 spells per turn. So it would just be pointlessly being like, oh look, I clicked on this and then I clicked on this, and I'm really just trying to make the notification just go away. So we have a big problem. We don't know where the Spelljammer is, and we're going to be engaging in a battle on her territory. Let's see if we can summon a unit here. Screw it, we don't need magic. Our armies are strong enough without, well, are they? We'll find out. Let's give it the old college try, see how we do. I mean, we still did pretty well, all things considered. Took out a whole bunch of our units at the cost of maybe one of ours. I would love a rally point feature, because like having to rally all my troops around is like every turn. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just like, it feels unnecessary, you know? Tier 1 unit cost reduction? Hell yeah, that's going to save me a ton of money because of the size of my army. At the very least, we should put this city under siege. We're going to begin the siege. We're going to add some siege projects. I've said the word siege too many times. We're going to headlong assault to make the siege go faster. And then we are going to Arcane Maelstrom because I like that ability. And then I suppose we could sabotage the supports to bring it down to 7 turns. And I'll keep most of my armies here. But any of these like weak, crappy stacks, I'm going to take like a 3-0 of them to go hunt the enemy Spelljammer. That's what I really need to find. I'm going to summon animals too to try and like make this work even more. The great thing about mountains is you can always like, oh, there it is. So I found the Spelljammer. Does that mean I can cast army heals? I can. Okay, we are 7 turns from victory. That's what I can tell you right now. We are literally 7 turns from victory. Let's start casting some of these non-hero units in the army gain 1 rank. That's actually such a cheap spell. What the hell? Wait, you're telling me I can level up these mythics? Bro, you're telling me I can upgrade these mythic mirror mimics to legends with a simple spell? It's a little OP. It's a little OP. Oh, she came out for a fight. You dummy. You dummy. You might win this battle, but it is a big mistake to come fight me outside your city, because now you've just given me an opportunity to send you to the Astral Void at little to no risk of myself. Like, why wouldn't you stay inside the city where you're safe? You fool. You foolish fool. Now I get to just auto-combat down all your army stacks. Oh, that is so juicy. Thank you for that. So I'm pretty sure I just completely obliterated her entire military. Yeah, her military no longer exists. And all of these mirror mimics are now exalted, so they have killing momentum, which means they get action points after they kill things. Very fun. Very, 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 very fun. It kind of sucks though, because like I got to the point where like I could just auto-resolve away all my problems. And so I never really got to play around with like mirror mimics or anything. Because again, I can, if I could just auto-resolve my problems away, why wouldn't I do that? Because I'm not going to sit here and play for another like 10 hours just to make sure that I don't lose, a few tier 1 units in this battle. So I do really appreciate that the auto-resolve is relatively generous. Like, dude, Total War, it is so frustrating in Total War how ungenerous the auto-resolver is. But see, that's different. In my opinion, Total War is all about the battles. Whereas this game, it feels like it's all about the battles are all about the early game. At least from my perspective, right? For me, the early game battles are great. You know, that's all super fun. The late game battles, I could take them or leave them. to be honest with you. I could take them or leave them. They're not why I play the game. The early game battles are all about getting yourself into a position, and then the late game is all about that Archmage power fantasy, you know, where I have become like a nigh unstoppable god that like plunders the world and magically enhances my people to be, you know, anointed with the astral power of the Holy Order, so on and so forth. Hey, 20 turns until I win a score victory. There is a 150 base round turn limit, but I think I can win in just 3 turns when we break the walls of the city. This is me, like, playing save right now. I'm just mashing end turn to make this wall break. The walls are on the verge of a crumbling, and we will begin the final battle. You know what? Just for the sake of it, because this spell served me so well, I'm going to zap her units. 1 zap. There you go. Look at that. Boom. Get lightning bolted. Boom. Get lightning bolted. Okay, now we can finish the game. All right, we'll auto-resolve the final battle. A bit anticlimactic, I agree. But we will at least watch the mimics in replay. So I don't even know what mimics do, to be frank with you. I know what they do. But what I mean is, like, I don't know. Like, intellectually, I get it, but I don't have a feel for how good mimics are. All right, big regen drop. Yeah, okay, regen, good. Oh, a little bit of that. Like, in the same way that I know, it probably sucks to lose an arm, right? But I don't know what that's like, right? I haven't experienced it. I hope me finishing this game gets this game out of my system, because I have had a really hard time. Like, seriously, I've been omega addicted to this game, and I think beating it on brutal difficulty, I think this has gotten it out of my system at long last. I think it did it. Oh yeah, we're mimicking, baby. We're mimicking. They're turning into units, and they're doing all sorts of cool stuff. Oh man, he's like a giant tree man. He's like throwing spells and zapping people. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So we won the final battle, and we can send Arctica to the Void and trigger the victory. Hey, Return of the Wizard King. There can only be one, and I got 2 achievements there. And here we are. Military victory on turn 134. And we get to actually have a look at the journey that we took to get here. If I scroll this bad boy back, you can see I was on 1 city for the majority of the game. It's only really in the late game that I started actually capturing things. But you can see where everyone started. Like, I had this lady here started beside me. Gloom Hooknail started over here. Arctica started up here. Then we had Crockhold. And I think the other 2 players, they were underground. Yeah, we had Waypoint and Tinkerberg. So quite a fun and powerful and interesting game. You know, you can see how we expanded throughout the game, and you can see, look, I really look how much stronger the AI is on brutal difficulty. I only barely dipped up into first place towards the end of the game. The entire game I was playing from behind. Everyone was ahead of me magically, everyone was ahead of me diplomatically, everyone was ahead of me economically. Like, I never even approached the level of economy that yellow player had. I'm so glad I managed to get an alliance with him. His like, I could not have picked a better ally. He really made this game possible. Military ranking wise, like, I literally, like, consider that this green line, this is when you're dead, okay? This green line here is when you're done for. My blue bar barely climbs up away from the point of being completely dead until extremely late into the game. Oh my god, Arctica had actually so much research. That's crazy. My research was trash this game, and I have no problem admitting that. Genuinely horrendous levels of research I did. But yeah, that's a wrap on Age of Wonders 4. We managed to complete a brutal difficulty game, and Thrandara Herald can ascend to the Pantheon, level 19 or something absurd like that. We got a whole bunch of Pantheon points. Damn, that is crazy. We have a level 25 Pantheon, and I'm pretty sure I can unlock like the majority of things in here now, like the Berserker's Great Axe, and what's this? I think there's other stuff down here, like the Druid Crown and the Talented Collector, and yeah, I may as well unlock all these like progression things. I gotta say, Age of Wonders 4, very fun game. A little bit of, probably picked a pretty poor way to show off the game with the faction that I chose. But I had a great time. I had a great time playing this. But with that, I'm going to have to call this the end of this series. We have worked hard, we have fought hard, we have played hard, and at long last, it's all over. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.